Okay, this instructional video is about using inspection to classify and solve systems of linear equations. So, for example, if we look at a unique solution and we look at this, there's a point. Now, this is a unique solution which has different slopes. They're not the same. They will intersect at one point and they can't be solved by inspection. No solution is the same slope. See how they're like off to the same side? They form parallel lines that will never intersect. So there's no solution, okay? And then when we look at the last one, this is, let me make sure you can see it, infinite solutions. See how it's the same line? So being on the same line has the same slope, the same y-intercept, because you can put it on any y. Remember, this is the x and this is the y. It's going to be, they're on the same y-intercept and equivalent expressions, so they'll all end up equaling each other. Okay? Now, before we start, I just wanted to remind you the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. Y is the y. I should have said b equals the y-intercept. Okay? So then we look at the standard form, ax plus bx equals c. If we use this formula, negative a divided by b equals the slope, which equals m. If we do c divided by b, that's the y-intercept, which equals b. Okay, so those kind of things are kind of important. So then I want to do the first one up here. And I'm going to go ahead and label this as y equals mx plus b. This is the standard form, so this is ax, by, and this is c. So when we look at, this is the slope, which is m. And so we're going to say that's negative 1. And I'm just going to color code it, okay? And then we're going to look at the y-intercept, which is b, which is right here, and it's right here. Now I'm going to put the operation with it so you remember that it's a positive, okay? And then we're going to look at the next one, a, and I'm going to color code it first, okay? So this is b. Make sure that we know this is a and c is this, okay? And this is c is the purple, and b is the blue. So if we go a, which is 2, and remember this is negative 2, divided by b, which is negative 1. That's why I highlighted the negative sign, so remember to make that. And then c is negative 1, and b is also negative 1. So remember, two negatives, when you divide them by each other, become a positive. So negative 2 divided by negative 1 becomes 2 over 1, and negative 1 divided by negative 1 becomes positive 1 over 1, okay? So remember, this is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So that's how we know These are opposite. They're not the same. And the y-intercept are not the same. Okay? Then we're going to go do the next one. Let me see if we can get it all the way up here. We want orange is M, and remember, that's the M. And then we have pink, so B, and I remember include the operation, and then A is right here, and B is right here, and C is right here. So we know that this is mx plus b, so slope is 3. And I always like to put it over 1 because that's how you're going to graph it. Like I should have put this over 1. This is b. It's a positive 2. Now we're going to look at yellow because this is ax plus by equals c. And if it helps you, I'll put it back here. Okay? And so if we look at a, which is 3, we're going to make it a negative 3. And it's negative 1, because remember the invisible 1. And then we have C, which is 3, and B is negative 1. So if we do negative divided by negative is positive. So this is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. Okay? So if we look at this, 3 over 1, 3 over 1, it's the same slope. So there's no solution because they have the same slope and they're never going to intersect. Okay? They're parallel. And they're parallel because the y-interceptors are different. Because if you start at a different y, it's like this one starts at negative 3 right here, and this one starts at positive 2, they're going to be on different lines, although they have the same slope. Okay? Now, the infinite solution, where they're on the same line, is we are going to, M is right there, and B, which is the y-intercept, is right here. And then we have A is right here. I'm going to put it like in front of the X. And then we have B, which is right here, and right here, and right here. And I forgot to color the A. And then we have C, which is right here. Now, I'm going to write AX, BY, C, because that's the standard form. All right? And this is the slope-intercept form, which I'm just repeating. So here's the slope, is 1/2. Then we have 2 is the y-intercept. Then we have negative. Now remember the invisible 1, so this is negative 1 over negative 2. Then we have C, which is negative 4 over negative 2. Now, if we were to divide negative by negative, it becomes positive. So this becomes half. And this is 4 divided by 2 is 2. But negative divided by negative becomes the positive 2. Notice these are the exact same. This is the same as this. So you have infinite solutions because they're all on the same line. All right? Now I'm going to pause for a minute and I'm going to have you try and do the rest of them and then we'll go over them.